Hey guys, what's up? So I'm just at the train station, just about to head to the city. So today is the WWE Melbourne Super Show. So I got tickets through work in the end, and they're really good tickets. So I actually get to sit like stage 2 or like level 2, whatever, which is like the next best thing to sitting on the ground. So I think we'll be like ring level, so you can actually like see the action properly. So I'm pretty stoked actually. So yeah, just coming out with some friends, do some music stuff with Vaughn, and yeah, just hang out and then meet up with some other friends and family, and then go watch the show. So I'll record it anyway. So yeah. All right, so I'm with the boys. We're gonna cut a WWE promo. Go for a coach.
Yeah! Welcome to the MCG, the Melbourne Cricket Ground. You're here to see wrestling, baby!
Yep, so take place. What's your wrestling name, bro?
My wrestling name?
Yeah.
Mittens.
We'll run all that. Hey, we got the mittens with the cat, with a special move, the cat paw. Alright, more coming. Like a preview thing for the game. I can't be bothered. There's a lot of people. So the merchandise is ridiculous in terms of there are some pricey merchandise. So they're really good replicas, 700, 650. The 40 ones are like the cheapest. But then like we touch them and those only feel like plastic. There's a lot of money for some plastic. We're here now, and yeah, it's pumping.
Hey guys, welcome back to my vlog. So I hope you enjoyed my little montage of the WWE Super Showdown that was here in Melbourne. I didn't really shoot a lot of stuff while the matches are going, just because I really wanted to just watch, you know. But yeah, enjoyed it. It was a really good show. I mean, WWE always delivers. I've been to a few shows now, and yeah, just it was a really well done show. A lot of like fan service for the for like the Australian crowd, you know, just with Buddy Murphy winning the Cruiserweight title and the Iconics winning. But I'm gonna do a quick recap of every match, and yeah, just how I felt about it. So the first match was New Day versus The Bar for the SmackDown Tag Team titles, and yeah, it was just a fun opener. A lot of just solid, you know, action from both sides, and I really enjoyed the finish because it was Kofi and Xavier for the New Day, and their new, I don't know if it's new, maybe I just never noticed it, but their special move together is a backstabber with a coup de grace, which is pretty painful. I wonder how Kofi controls his, he's great at jumping, and he's more of a jumper than a diver, if that makes sense. But anyway, great opening match. followed by Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch for the women's title, SmackDown women's title. And it was classic heel retaining by DQ. The fans, we just want to see Becky keep the title. You know, Charlotte has had so many reigns and she achieved so much greatness, so it's great to see Becky on top, but also with this new refreshed character. And we just love heel Becky so much. We loved her either way. She's an awesome wrestler, but it's cool to see this, because it was getting really corny seeing her babyface run and also just not win anything. So happy for her. Third match was Bobby Lashley and Super Cena versus Elias and Kevin Owens. And Cena looked, I'm guessing it's for the acting, but comes out with this Lego haircut now, so he just doesn't get a crew cut anymore or shave the sides of his hair. And it was a funny match. Bobby did a few botches, which is annoying because that's just what he does. Elias and KO had an awesome little musical thing at the beginning, as Elias does, and just mocked the crowd, played a little bit of AC/DC and just toyed with the crowd. But he wasn't too brutal on us. I think he probably just loves it here in Melbourne. Or maybe it's just backlash from last week when they were in Washington. Were they in Washington? I think so, yeah. Washington State, like Seattle or something. But anyway, their match was pretty cool, but it was just annoying because Cena's got that new finisher where he just does like a back fist, and it's just like, okay, we get it, you're just Cena, you can kind of do whatever you want. The Iconics versus Asuka and Naomi. So the Iconics won, the crowd was loving them, Aussie girls from Sydney, I think. There's future stars, they just gotta get better in the ring, really. It's not convincing that they can beat Asuka and Naomi, a former champion, so I guess it was just a crowd home fan service type deal. But just they got they got a long way to go. But anyway, and then the WWE title, AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe. I knew AJ would win, but I was still hoping that they may swerve us with Joe winning the title, but it didn't happen. Everything that was going to happen, and Joe, I think that's just his role for now, is that he just builds up these big title matches but comes up short. But hopefully there's something in line for him in the future. We'll see, I guess. But he lost, and it was no DQ, so there's no excuses for him. The Bella Twins versus and how can I forget Ronda Rousey versus the Riot Squad. So a lot of Liv Morgan in this. I'm guessing this is maybe because of the botch a couple weeks back, but she was very active in this match. The Bellas looked okay, but Ronda looked amazing. She just does her. She's fitting into her role pretty nicely. I think she'll be better as a heel, but it's just cool to see her. And then she does what is just so WWE with a MMA character or actual MMA fighter. She pulls off a double armbar on I think it's on Ruby Riott and Sarah Logan. So I'm pretty sure it was on them, or maybe Liv Morgan was one of them. But ridiculous, but cool nonetheless. That match was alright. Buddy Murphy, Cedric Alexander was probably one of my favorite matches. I thought Cedric was gonna retain, but Buddy won it in a really, it was pretty good storytelling in this match, especially because they've had some matches building up to this already, and Buddy's come short before, so he won. Great. He's from Melbourne too, so the crowd was loving it. It was a solid match, man. And Cedric, he's just amazing, man. The stuff that guy can pull off. I would expect him to get the title back in the rematch, but at least there was a cool moment for Buddy, and he's won his first title in the main roster, so it's pretty cool. I think he's a very talented guy. I don't really get his gimmick, and I hate the dubstep music, but he's a solid dude, man, solid wrestler. My other favorite match was the Shield versus Strowman and the Dogs of War, if that's what they really call now. Just awesome, man. The crowd obviously booed Roman, but Roman made a save for Seth when he speared through Braun Strowman through the barricade when he was charging towards Seth. I don't know how they timed that so well, but if you go back and watch that was a dope moment, and everyone kind of just cheered Roman after that. Shield protects him, and there's just too much stuff that the other guys do that keep the chairs up for the Shield. But yeah, it was a good match, solid match. Drew McIntyre and Dolph, I don't know what happens after this, because we do know that at Crown Jewel, the next pay-per-view for at least for the men, it'll be Braun, Roman, and Brock in the triple threat match for the Universal title. So it's gonna be that match I'm looking forward to quite a lot. But I don't know what happens with Dolph and Drew, whether they just feud with Seth Rollins and Dean. They teased the Dean heel turn because Roman accidentally Superman punched him, but in the end Dean was the one who won the match and beat their weakest link, which is Dolph. So yeah, it's pretty funny storytelling there, but we'll see what happens. The following match, the least entertaining match, which was only 2 minutes 25 seconds apparently, was Daniel Bryan versus The Miz. Now, I don't know, some guys are telling me it's because they're running short on time. Some people are telling me one of them was working injured. I haven't quite gone down to the rumor mill to figure out what happened there, but basically DB won with a roll-up and Miz was fuming. I guess the story there is that Miz might screw Daniel out of his title match with AJ, which is going to be at Crown Jewel. This was a number one contenders match. So not quite sure what the deal was with that, but it was disappointing because, it's Daniel Bryan and The Miz. You want to see them have a good match. And then the last match, Triple H versus The Undertaker with the assistance of Shawn Michaels. Now, a lot of Shawn Michaels assistants. Whereas on the flip side, Kane didn't do jack shit. He pretty much got a hiding through the whole thing. Didn't help his brother at all, really. And then Shawn Michaels and Triple H just ended up having a handicap match and just beating the crap out of Undertaker. It was bullshit. But it leaves it open now that Taker's not going anywhere and he's just going to have a tag match, Brothers of Destruction versus DX, I guess. But yeah, all in all, I mean, it was a good event. WWE really knows how to keep fans entertained. I ended up being a sucker and buying some merch. Actually, I'll grab something 1 second. So I should have actually started this whole vlog with my title, but I ended up buying just a cheaper replica. Pretty cool. I'm glad I got it. But it was because they didn't let anybody in with backpacks on for the event. So unless you were tricky and you went and bought merch, got a merch bag, and then chucked your belongings in your backpack, stuffed it into their merch bag, which is what I did. Because a lot of people got stuck having to give their bags to this holding area, but a lot of those people didn't go home early because of just the massive, 70,000 people, so you can imagine just this massive line of people trying to get their bags back, and the people that didn't figure out to do what I did, but yeah, oh well. But yeah, WWE was really cool, really positive, happy night. The reason why I say positive is because I'm going to go into the UFC next, and just the I guess shock, and yeah, I'm gonna go into that now. Alright, so UFC 229. Where do I start? I guess I'll go through the prelims. I only watched one of the fights, but it'll be a real quick one. So Sean O'Malley didn't fight in the end. He tested hot. I'm guessing it's for weed. Scott Holtzman beat Alan Patrick by KO again, I think. Aspen Ladd TKO Tony Evinger. I saw that one. Nothing too crazy. It was just it was in the first round. She just held her down and just kept going and just pounding her on the ground, and she won by TKO. Vicente Luke beat Jalen Turner. I didn't see that one, but I'm sure it was a good fight. I was gutted because I heard Sergio Pettis lost the decision to Josiah Formiga. So yeah, I don't know where Sergio goes from this. He's a tiny dude, so I don't think he can go up. But yeah, I want to see. I like the Pettis brothers, man. I think in the earlier prelims, Tony Martin knocked out Ryan Flair. Whoa, Nick Lynch knocked out Gray Maynard. Damn. Yana Kunitskaya won by decision. So keep an eye on her. Alright, so the main card. So Michelle Waterson and Felice Herring opened the main card, and what was just a really average fight, but Michelle showcased her grappling skills and beat Felice by points, but it was quite close still. Like, it was kind of back and forth, but with the exception of Michelle getting her down and just kind of holding her down. But yeah, I hope she can pull together some more wins, some more dominant victories, because I think she's cool, man. I think she's a good person to represent the sport and her division. Derek Lewis. Now, so every fight here on was just amazing. So Derek Lewis knocked out Alexander Volkov in what was the most craziest comeback of the year. He was getting pounded the crap out of. He was just getting there was just a lot of volume coming from Volkov from the beginning, and everyone knew that Volkov, he's been beating a lot of dudes, so he looked like he was ready to take the mantle and become like the next number 1 contender. And Derek Lewis just swung back in the third round and got a lucky shot, and then just went down for it and just ground and pounded, knocked his ass out, and then almost fainted himself. It was hilarious. It was the most funniest fight. It was funny because they were showing stats of the significant strikes, and it was just after that because he was getting outnumbered, Derek Lewis, by a huge margin, and he just came back, and it was a real shocking turn of events in that fight. But stoked for Derek Lewis. He's hilarious. He took off his shorts for some reason. He says balls were burning, and did a shout out to Donald Trump and hated on Russia. So he's hilarious. And he even said he wants to go on Joe Rogan and smoke some weed. So I think we all want to see that. I think one more victory, he's next in line for title contention, really. I don't know who else he's going to fight next. If Ty beats Junior Dos Santos in Adelaide next, maybe it's between them two, because Ngannou's out now. Unless Stipe wants to come back in and jump in and take him on, that would be a huge test for Derek. So we'll see. There's only a few guys left in the heavyweight division for him to even fight, so it'll be interesting. The light heavyweight fight between OSP and Dominic Reyes. So Dominic Reyes, man, I didn't know a lot about him, but came in 9-0 against well-weathered Ovent St. Preux. 23-12-0 now after this fight. But Ovent's, he was just this volume, man, this pressure Dominic Reyes was just going from, and he kind of reminds me of Gegard, where he's a very tactical striker, but he's also just tough, man. But he also had an answer for everything OSP would try. OSP would try to grapple, it wasn't going to work. Dominic Reyes is known for his kicks, apparently, so he was lighting him up with kicks as well. But it was just overall, his striking was amazing. A really good kickboxer. And then the most weirdest thing happened just before the bell rang. He knocked OSP out, but the ref didn't really count it. So in the end, it was left as a decision victory. But it was a dominant victory, a decision either way, because he was just beating the crap out of OSP. It was really good, really interesting. It was like I think he came in as like number 12 or something, but yeah, he's in there now. He's gonna be one of the top guys, so be interesting who he fights next. But keep an eye on that dude. Tony Ferguson, Anthony Pettis in the co-main. Loved this fight. I actually think that if it went to a third round, Pettis had a shot of winning, man, because he did rock Tony. But Tony, at the same time, he's freaking crazy, man. He just knows how to come back and then come back with more, so who knows. But unfortunately, Pettis broke his hand in the fight, and his camp won't allow him to go out into the third. So it was Tony was granted the TKO victory. But I think they both loved that fight so much. I don't think anybody came out of that a loser or a winner. I think they both came out winners more than anything. Tony, I guess, solidified his spot as the next guy to take on whoever is going to be champ. I'm guessing they're going to have to do an interim title or just vacate the title of Khabib, because, and here I come into this one. So Khabib submitted McGregor with neck crank, and it was a brutal fight. He beat the crap out of Conor. Conor looked terrible. He even got lit up on the feet. in I think the third round, but man, like Conor had no answer for anything, and it really just showed a huge gap in the level of where Khabib's grappling skills are. But then with the striking, like Khabib's supposed, I mean, he's not supposed to be a good striker, but I think he just caught him off guard. But either way, man, he had an answer for everything. And in the fight, there was a lot of trash talking. It was hate. Like Khabib hated Conor, and we all know all the build up and all the bad blood. I mean, it all started with a slap on Adam to a dolly through a bus, but then it's all the pre-fight stuff that Conor was saying. It's like, I don't think he realized this dude doesn't understand it's entertainment, man. He's a Russian dude. I think he's ready to smash everybody. And after the fight, Khabib he was really heated up, threw his mouth guard out, and then saw Dylan Dennis talking shit. And I don't like that dude, man. From all the interviews and stuff I've seen of the guy, that guy can piss off, man. He's a piece of shit. I blame him partly but everyone's kind of to blame in this. Khabib probably more now, which is unfortunate, because me and my wife were going for Khabib in this. My heart was wanted Khabib to win, but my mind was telling me Conor, just because of him always beating dudes that, you know, he's just got to wait an answer for everyone in MMA usually. But no, this was more of a dominant victory than the Diaz one over him. So yeah, it was bad. You know, Khabib jumped out, went at Dylan Dennis, and then everyone else got involved. And now there's some new footage showing that Khabib's cousin was in the octagon. He got rocked by Conor. I don't know if he went to hit Conor first, but Conor punched him in the face. Then one of Khabib's boys jumped in and started lighting up Conor from behind, and it was so bizarre, man. It was like WWE, except it was real, so it was freaky. Khabib wanted his belt, but Dana White said, look, you guys, we just need to get you guys out of here. If I give you the belt, it's going to be a riot, people are going to get hurt. He made the right decision. And yeah, the post-fight stuff was just like so crazy, like the conference. So Khabib's declared winner by Bruce Buffer, you know, and whatever. But the Nevada State Commission is going to come down hard on Khabib. I know Dana White said that the guys that were involved from his camp, I think one of them was supposed to fight Artem Lobov. They're all going to be terminated from the UFC and not allowed to ever fight there again, which, yeah, that makes sense. It just sucks, man. Khabib's greatest victory has probably become his most humiliating loss. Ironically, a fight didn't beat him. It was more the situation. But you never know. It really depends. We could be exaggerating. I mean, Khabib didn't think it was a bad thing he did, but I get both sides of it. I think it's still more wrong he did it because, you know, it's a sport and kids were watching and it's not martial arts. But Conor pushed it too far, and this is the result of that. So yeah, mixed feelings. I'm gutted, but I loved the fights. You know, at least that delivered. But yeah, it was just going too perfectly, right? So it'll be interesting to see what happens to Khabib. I guess he'll probably get suspended, probably lose his title, get stripped, and then I'm guessing it's Conor versus Tony for the interim title or for the belt. And then Conor has a rematch with Khabib when he's back out, or potentially Nate Diaz. I don't know what's happening in this Nate Diaz fight, if it's gonna be for a 165 title or whatever. They're just talking about it, but I think they should do it. There's a lot of fighters that want a division like that, and I think it's such a huge jump, 155 to 170. That's a big jump, man. I think they should have one in between. So yeah, just mixed feelings about that post-fight thing. But man, if you're talking about the fight, Conor got his ass kicked. So he got a taste of what it's like to be humbled, but it just went too far after that. And now he's teasing he wants the rematch. So if Conor has it his way, and you know, at least Conor didn't press charges, but I feel like now that this new footage has come out, I think it's because he knows he kind of started this shit inside the octagon. Yeah, apparently the state commission, Nevada State Commission, has put a hold on Khabib's purse. I hope he gets some money, man, at least to pay off whatever fine he's gonna cop. And Conor isn't gonna press charges, so it's all up in the air. I want to know more and hear more from the MMA, community and stuff. So I'm just gonna keep watching stuff and just seeing what's going on, and I'll hopefully have more to report in my next vlog. And yeah, just really just writing more songs for my album. I've got like 12 songs really laid out, but I'm just finishing lyrics. Finished some more demo takes and stuff for my next single, so me and Vaughn really got to get onto that. Well, I've got to get onto that so I can present it to him better with what I've done. But yeah, just working my album, enjoying my wrestling and my fights and anime stuff. Oh yeah, I've gone down the deep rabbit hole of anime again, and now especially vintage anime. So now I'm watching a lot of Fist of the North Star. Man, first I thought Berserk was supposed to be the most influential anime, then I realized Fist of the North Star influenced Berserk, except it's weird because it's more of a Mad Max kind of thing, and Ken is just super good, but like more in the kung fu way. It's crazy, man. So if you haven't, they've got a game out. It's done by the guys who did the Yakuza games, but I'll probably get that on PS4 as well. So yeah, man, I would just YouTube looking up, reading up, and it's like, oh, what is this? Oh, Fist of the North Star. Like the animation for the anime is pretty crap because it's old school, but there's newer versions with more polished anime. But it's because these older ones, you know, it was just like so much time between when they do the mangas and finally do an anime, and the times that they were done too. So it's like the anime of the earlier stuff is like Dragon Ball, but terribly done Dragon Ball. But I like the story, and I like Kenshiro. He's pretty cool. So yeah, get into that, man. Fist of the North Star. So I'm still a huge Berserk fan, and Attack on Titan chapter, the most recent one for October, came out, and we're getting close, man. It looks like the Mali guys have arrived, and I'm pretty sure that was Piek that is in Paradise Island, so, or Aldea now. I'm pretty sure they just call it Aldea. So a lot's gonna happen, but I'll kind of cover more anime stuff in my next vlog. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll be back next week with more manga anime themed, because I gotta talk about the Dragon Ball Super trailer and everything. I could do it now, but I feel I need to do like a whole episode for this. There's just so much stuff, so maybe later in the week I'll start working on that. So yeah, enjoy your week, and I'll talk to you guys soon.